Good.
Messed up. Good morning, everybody. Hey, get over there. An intro.
Discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution. Because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children. And not for coworkers either. And yes, that includes you, Cindy. Look, I took a poll and we all don't care about your herbal life supplements.
I was just being nice. I was just trying to help you out with your little thing, but honestly, these things are gross. Can I get a refund? What do you mean you already spent it? Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this absolute nonsense show. This is the best part of my day, to be honest. I wake up.
Too, honestly, my day is a monotonous Bill Murray Groundhog Day, except for this moment where everything goes to shit for an hour. Yesterday, my internet screwed up, and the DNS server wanted to just be an asshole at about 7:15, and then this morning we hit the wrong buttons to start the show.
It's messing everything up. And we do not have fully populated show notes either, because I spent way too much time yesterday trying to code with OpenAI. But
we've got plenty.
It's all right.
We got plenty of stuff.
We got plenty to talk about.
Yeah. We got plenty to talk about there.
What's up? What's any changes? Anything super important happened to you other than your DNS? I mean, how interesting is that? Your DNS went upside down, and you had to call the tech guy.
It was nothing yesterday. It was just called to the IT guy. Yesterday was one of those. I don't know. You haven't talked about your job. I'm not going to ask you about your job unless you want to talk about it. I will ask you. Oh shit! I'm trying to fix this thing here, and it's not fixing. While I'm talking. I have one of those jobs where if somebody doesn't come in or somebody calls in sick, I can't just close,
Right.
Radio stations, I always said this. My ex-wife was a nurse, and when emergencies hit, when holidays hit, you work on Christmas, radio stations and hospitals don't close.
Right.
All right. Radio stations don't close. Nowadays, we have computers and I am able to, in 2023, do from home what I could have never done, 15 years ago from home. But yesterday I had one of my, we had a baseball game last night at about 5:30 and that we broadcast. And my little dude called me yesterday morning, messaged me. It's like, I can't do it. So, because we've had a car situation at my house. One of my cars broke down again, so we're having to double up on a car. I spent 15, almost 16 hours in this building yesterday without nowhere to go. Had to stay here, walking around, stuck in this building,
trapped and working.
So I went home. I made me a meatball sub. I kissed everyone. I went to bed. I got up. And I've done it again. I mean,
just tired, right?
It got me thinking about it this morning. I was like, this is nothing new for me. I do this kind of stuff all the time where I'm at the radio station constantly and for many hours and go home and sleep and come back and whatnot. And it's really not a big thing for me, but this generation of kids don't do that. My kids look at that because my kids have commented, you work all the time. You're always there. Even when there's ice on the road, you will go in early and sleep there at night. Who does that? I'm like, I do that. I didn't think that was like an odd thing to do.
Yeah, but you've been a worker your whole life.
I've been a worker.
That's how you
that's what I am.
Stuff.
You it's ice. You figure out how to get there. It's gonna ice in the morning. You go you go at night. So I had a really long day yesterday, and I'm back here today. I've been here since I got up at 4 a.m. this morning too. So I've been here since about 4:40, and I've drank about a pot of coffee. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Love coffee. I'm also out of coffee at the moment.
I
I'm gonna have a
actually
little
have
problem.
went through so much coffee. I have look. I have this is coffee.
Yo,
This is chai. This is chai. This is coffee.
you have a whole Star Wars thing going on there in your
Yeah,
desk.
dude.
So I also had some car trouble yesterday. Last couple of days, my Bluetooth on my stereo wouldn't like even turn on so that I could connect with my phone. So I'm driving around with earbuds in my ears, and my kids can't listen to like normal music or whatever. And for like the first day, I was like, "This is weird. I wonder what it's doing." Then after like 2 or 3 days, I was like, "Something's wrong." So I looked into it, and it's like, "Oh, the way to fix it is to disconnect your negative battery terminal on your car and then plug it back and then connect it again," right? So I go out, I pop the hood, and I look under the hood, and the positive battery terminal is covered in like a green pile of corrosion
Oh
and
yeah, you hadn't
acid.
cleaned
And
it
I'm
in a
like,
while, or is it got a leak?
that's I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but it was a lot. So hold on, the story gets
Oh.
worse.
That
So
can cause your battery not to start. It can
yeah, it
cause some
really can.
problems.
I bought a like steel brush yesterday on my way to work. I get home, I put all the kids to bed. My wife is out tutoring somebody or whatever, and so I go out in the garage and I'm like, I would really rather be writing code or getting ready for the show or like a couple of other things, but instead I'm gonna like work on the car. I pop the hood, I'm scraping this shitty mold off or whatever, and I had the foresight of putting on like rubber gloves so that I just don't get this battery acid all over my hands. And I'm in there with this scrubbing. I did not have the foresight to put on protective eyewear. So during one of the scrapes of the brush, a little fleck of battery acid right into my eye. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I had to stop and go and flush my eye. And then it's been irritated ever since. I know Deacon didn't hear the
I
last part of
heard.
that.
I heard something about your
I
eye.
ended up, yeah, I got battery acid in my eye.
What the hell, dude? That's why you're
Yeah, I
looking
was
ragged
scrubbing
this
it with
morning.
the brush, and a little tiny particle floop right into my
You
eyeball.
do know that you're supposed to wear
Yes,
stuff like that.
Afterwards, after I cried and cussed, I put on protective eyewear, and I got that thing clean.
You can pour Coca-Cola. I mean, if you need to, you can pour Coca-Cola on that,
I
and
know.
it'll do that
Yeah,
too. But it'll cause everything
it'll
else underneath to be sticky, and everything underneath to be sticky, and you'll have to clean that shit
Yes.
up unless you're sitting in a yard or
Yeah,
somewhere. But
yeah.
people say that all the time. They're like, you can pour Coke on it. I'm like, do you
I
want to clean the
know.
Coke up underneath?
Yeah, do you know that's going to leave like a
it'll just
nasty
evaporate.
sugary residue? Yeah,
Sugar stays there. Do you know how much sugar?
It's not like Coca-Cola is a like cleaning solution. You can't just put Coca-Cola in a Windex bottle and squirt that shit everywhere.
All right. So welcome to the show, everybody. We're done talking about
Yeah.
dad stuff. I want to talk about
I'm gonna get some coffee while you do song.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a song of the
but
day.
I'm listening.
While JJ goes to get some coffee. So this week we're doing drummers. If you go to our Discord server, you will see. Let me go to the Discord server here and go down. My camera is right in the way where the Discord server. Deke's playlist is under there. You will see this week our first drummer was Jeff Picaro from Toto. And he's awesome. So listen to that. There's clips of these up here. Yesterday's drummer was Gavin Harrison from Porcupine Tree and Pineapple Thief. Great drummer. There's some clips there. Today's drummer is one that JJ's probably heard of. I know he's heard of because he mentioned it the other day, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to name Stuart Copeland on the list because he's one of those drummers that these are not necessarily my all-time top 10 favorite drummers or top 5 favorite drummers. They're just drummers that I want you to listen to. And I thought, yeah, this would be one that you've heard these songs a million times. You've heard the Police. You've listened to Roxanne and Message in a Bottle. Message in a Bottle is a great one to display Stuart Copeland's drumming skills. That's just a crazy song. He puts fills and stuff in all kinds of crazy places. So Stuart Copeland is my drummer today, JJ, from the Police.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
Hearing,
so you're hearing all of it. So my song today that I want you to listen to by the Police I've got another two songs because some of these drummers play in several bands, but no, you're not gonna. No, it's not. You take your fingers off. This one is. You probably know this song, but I doubt you've listened to it a lot. Synchronicity One by off Synchronicity album. All right.
What a catchy title.
Synchronicity. Do you know what synchronicity is? It's an amazing fucking concept. I'm not even going to get into it right now, but synchronicity is a brilliant. It's amazing concept. But Synchronicity One by the Police, because there's a Synchronicity One, Synchronicity Two. Synchronicity One is a song that is in 7/4 time signature, but Stuart Copeland plays a 4/4 time signature, and he does it by rushing it, and it's fucking brilliant. And Stuart Copeland is like I say here, he's a very unconventional drummer because most drummers will put a doom doom chaka doom psh cha ba doom doom cha psh cha ba doom doom cha psh cha. Stuart don't do that. He won't do it on the downbeat. He'll be like doom doom cha psh dum dum jump. He's a very unique drummer, Stuart Copeland is. So the Police, listen to some Police, listen to Synchronicity, listen to how he plays his song, listen to Message in a Bottle, listen to Roxanne, listen to how Roxanne's a great little listen to how he plays it.
Honestly, you just can't go wrong listening to the Police anyway.
Sting is freaking amazing. And Andy, what's his name? Also, Stuart Copeland played in this is kind of a super group. Oysterhead is this band that I know you've never heard of, but it's a super group. Oysterhead is three people: Stuart Copeland, the drummer; Les Claypool, the bassist. Les Claypool is the bassist singer for Primus; and Trey Anastasio, who is the lead singer and guitarist for Fish, one of my favorite bands of all time. So this song, Pseudoscience, is from the Pecking Order CD, the Oysterhead first one. It is an amazing drum part. It's a cool little song. Les Claypool sings, and it's got his funky bass. But listen to it. I'll post those on the Discord server. I could talk about this music all day long. I won't take up any more time. But those are what we're adding to the playlist today.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Richter. Good morning, Wobbly Bince. I saw you join the Discord server. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian, good morning, Brian. There's 23 people watching right now, and you're talking about music. You are imparting such wisdom and knowledge. And now we're going to get into the part where we just yuck on people for the rest of the show. So, good morning, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you're new here, if the first time you're here, do us a kind favor. Hit the Rumble button and follow the channel. We want to grow the channel because I think with your cooperation, we can trick the internet into thinking that
we're important.
We're a thing. Let's do it. It'll be funny. Okay. Today is April 19th, 2023. Today's episode title is, and Deacon, I want you to see if you can shriek this, maybe it's womanly as you can. Okay, here we go. Today's episode title.
It's not fair. I need more protection. Is that pretty good?
It's pretty good. I like that. That's good. It's not fair. Yeah. Okay. The darling of athletics, the sweetheart of swimming herself, Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas is speaking out.
The sweetheart of swimming is great.
I need to write that on my shirt ideas. I got shirt ideas. I haven't put together a shirt store yet. Sweetheart of swimming. We'll make sure that we get a picture of Leah Thomas with her man bulge in her leotard. All right. The sweetheart of swimming says, it's not enough. Leah Thomas speaks out about Biden's Title IX demands more protection for trans athletes. There's Leah Thomas. By the way, if some of you guys are the first time here, maybe you don't know who Leah Thomas is, and maybe you're thinking to yourself, wow, she's got broad shoulders.
Wow, she's got an Adam's apple. Maybe you're thinking, wow, what's that bitch doing with an Adam's apple? That's strange. Maybe you're thinking
why would she get a surgically implanted Adam's apple?
That men have.
Right. He snorted.
I snort all the time. I just try to keep it because people make fun of me.
Leah Thomas has demanded that Biden's Title IX proposal include additional safeguards to permit biological male athletes to compete in female sports, and calls fairness concerns a guise in an Instagram video published on Monday.
Yeah.
Thomas, a former transgender athlete, and
What happened to the story?
And competed. It's just text. I don't think
no,
people
you're
want to
good.
see that.
Okay.
I think.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Hold on. We got to put
I
our
was
title back
enjoying
up
listening to Leah. I was looking at her face. She's so pretty.
Oh, you want? Well, I can't do two screens at
No,
once.
that's
So,
okay.
yeah. So, first of all, this is on Daily Caller. Daily Caller, copy editor, guys. This isn't going to work. Let's see. Thomas, a former transgender athlete and competed. That's not a sentence, guys. That's not how sentences work. Addressed concerns that new proposals to Title IX, which prohibit sex-based discrimination, do not go far enough to ensure that trans athletes can compete in divisions that match their gender identity. Well, I really think it just needs to be, sex-based, which is what it's supposed to be in the first place. The Department of Education has proposed a new rule for Title IX regarding transgender athletes. This rule would prohibit blanket bans on transgender kids, especially K-8, Thomas said in the video. However, it would not prohibit discrimination against trans kids in high school and college levels under the guise of competitive fairness. It's not a guise. You are like 6'11", and you are like the worst male swimmer, but you're still like the number one dominant female women's swimmer. Of course it's not fair, you dummy. You know what you're doing.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. That's looking at him with this makeup on and stuff. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows. Has anybody seen him? Who cares? He knows. He knows.
And meanwhile, the left is like trying to like assault and beat up Riley Gaines. Or I think her name is Riley Gaines, right? That little blonde.
A legitimate female, a normal person who worked her whole life to pursue a particular interest, put money into it, and excelled at it, only to be.
As far as I know,
assaulted?
Riley Gaines is actually the fastest female swimmer ever.
And she's standing up for women's rights. In 1999, Riley Gaines would have been they would be fucking statues of that bitch.
She would be on the Wheaties box,
on the
dude.
goddamn Wheaties box for standing up for what she believes in, women's rights and being a woman and doing all this shit. And we're so proud of her. I'm proud of her too. I think you tweeted to her that what you should helping your little girls have a future.
I mean, like, it was great that she was an athlete and an amazing swimmer, and hey, here's a woman that girls can aspire to.
I would have never known her name at all. She could have been the best swimmer in the world, and I'd have never known her name. But now I'm glad this kind of happened, because she's making more of a difference now because of this. I think she's going to make more of a difference with her voice than she would have with her swimming ability.
I want to make sure to put her face on screen here, because
she was from University of Kentucky. She was a University of Kentucky girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here's a story from last week. I just want to. We showed the trans man. So this is Riley Gaines, if you're not familiar with her. And last week, this story was that aggressive activists failed to shut down Riley Gaines' speech at the University of Buffalo.
Everywhere
so we know
goes,
about her.
Everywhere she goes, the fucking left is trying to shut her up because they know she's powerful. They know because she is a woman. She standing up for women's rights and what women should believe. And we have just basically in the past couple of years said, fuck women's rights. All of the shit that the women have been battling for since the fucking 1800s, we have been pissing on those rights to let men just put on fucking dresses and tuck it back and do whatever the fuck they want. Now we're pissing on women's rights. and it's bullshit because
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters.
Yeah. I'm not happy about it. And like, I pray to God that this country gets its head right before my kids have to get to a level where they have to start dealing with this. And,
I told Kendra the other day, we were talking about something, insurance or something like that, and Kendra's fixing to be 18, and I was like, Kendra, I'm sorry, but y'all's generation is going to have to fix this shit. Because she sees all this crap. She's like, you work your ass off all the time. And I'm like, yeah. And you see what happens. You see how the world works now. You know, it's like, y'all are going to have to fix this, man, because we can't. We've already screwed it up so bad.
All right. Riley Gaines, awesome. Leah Thomas is a dude. All right. Let's see.
Riley Gaines is awesome. Leah Thomas tucks it back. Next story.
Yeah. So, JJ, you're misgendering.
I don't care.
No, that it's a dude. Yeah. You're I don't care how you define the word he and him. I define the word he and him as someone who was born with the penis. So it's not misgendering. It's
you're gonna get where this
I
is a reminder.
I know.
Once again,
hey, by the way,
if you're watching on YouTube, you may want to go and watch on Rumble to finish the show today.
Yeah, it's good. Because
YouTube is
greater than zero probability.
I hate YouTube, even though I have to.
YouTube needs to tuck it back. You know what I'm saying?
YouTube does tuck it back.
All right, dude, I saw this video. Well, in fact, you probably are not dealing with this. I don't even know if you're aware of this. Apparently, in like Chicago and also in LA, teenagers a couple days had just decided they're going to go insane and like mob stuff, not for a reason. A couple of years ago, it was. Yeah, a couple of years ago, they were mobbing for like Black Lives Matter because, you know, it's not right that George Floyd, who
don't let's not even get started on that. Right.
Yeah.
They were mobbing a couple of years ago for stupid reasons.
Summer of Love.
Summer of Love, right.
Okay, so there was a mob happening in Chicago,
right.
And for as far as I can tell, no good reason whatsoever. Okay. Freaking LastPass, stop bouncing up on my screen here. And there was this man, I don't know, walking down the street or something, and the mob like bumped up. Here's the story. It's mob randomly attacks couple walking in Chicago. They said they were going to kill us.
I still got that Riley Gaines mess on my screen.
Oh, whoops. Here. Bloop. Here you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this is on New York Post. A young Chicago couple caught on video being assaulted during the teen takeover of Windy City over the weekend feared the vicious mob was going to kill us during an unprovoked attack. So you have Ashley, I'm sorry, ma'am, Knutson and Devontae Garrison Johnson. I mean, it's an unfortunate name. I'm sorry.
I know. That is an unfortunate thing. But 13-year-old Deacon is going...
Nuts, son. You like nuts, son? How about these nuts? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, miss.
All right. So okay,
cool. Okay. They were on North Wabash Avenue on Saturday night when they were overrun by marauding youngsters outside of Macy's. Knutson said her boyfriend and her were shopping when they ran into a really big group of guys and girls. DJ was holding her hand to lead her through the crowd of people, and they pushed him. They pushed me. And soon as they pushed, I told DJ, they just shoved me, she said. And he was like, don't shove her. Who shoved her? And then just like that, fights. They said they were going to kill us. They got turned around. They got separated. And there's a video here. Where's the video? Here is a screenshot of the video. They were like right up against the door, and the crowd is like pushing in on them. You can see I don't know if they have the link to the video in here. The girl is trying to stop them right there, and the crowd of boys here kind of like shove her to the side and start stomping on the boy, on the man. And the whole thing is this, and you can see he's kind of beat up there. This mob was not provoked for any cause. This is not like they're out there fighting for justice. They're out there demanding, I don't know what they want. They were just out for no reason, just doing a mob thing. It makes no sense. So I figured you hadn't heard about it. I only heard about
No,
it like yesterday.
I hadn't actually. That is weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Mayor Lori Lightfoot. She's still the mayor. Mayor Lori Lightfoot called the teens' behavior reckless, disrespectful, and unlawful, and didn't do shit about it. But that's okay. They got a new mayor coming in who's not going to do shit about it either. If you live in Chicago, you should get the fuck out.
If you live in Illinois.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to talk real quick.
All right. I got something cool to show you in a minute, Deacon. Let's see. Meanwhile, before we get to the cool thing, let me just check chat. What's up, guys? Riley G. Was the hell hostage for ransom? When the looting starts, the shooting starts. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Fighting justice by breaking other people's stuff. Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you haven't already, guys, I mean, like, I understand a lot of people need to live in cities because that's where work is, that's where jobs are, that's where money is. But if you don't have to, you should, I don't know, get some land in the country. Get out, get away from these people because the cities are not getting better. They are not overcoming these problems and establishing policies and establishing governance and getting things under control. If you're not paying attention, cities are pressure pots and the pressure's building and eventually shit's gonna go down, and I don't want to be here when it happens. So
me neither, man. Right. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I don't want to be here either. Fuck that.
Right. No.
Yeah, screw that, man.
Yeah, right.
Hey, did you hear about did you hear about that parking garage that fell in New York?
I saw that this morning and I didn't know enough about it to grab it right away.
Yeah, this parking garage.
Cool,
well, I was just going to talk about this. The parking garage fell. I think there's one person dead. There's been some others injured. They've deployed the fire department has deployed this robot dog into the rubble to look for survivors. Yeah, because it's a fire department. They painted it like
turn the volume on it down. Bring the volume on it down. Yeah.
So isn't it awesome?
I mean, shouldn't they be digging people out of the rubble though? They're playing with a robot.
They're not playing with it. I'm sure they're probably trying to set it up and get it going. But there it is. Look at that. Gosh, man, that parking garage.
Yeah, there are cars stacked on top of cars right there.
So, yeah, I mean, that's New York, they built up for years and years. They built up. So it kind of makes you wonder if this doesn't happen more and more in the city.
I mean, like stuff like you should absolutely assume that everybody doing construction is using the best materials and not cheating at all.
Right.
I don't know what's going on here. But I mean, it's pretty unusual that a parking garage just collapses.
Oh, it fell.
I mean,
look, the damn dog fell.
Oh no! Yeah, the hopes and dreams have just tumbled over to the side.
Stop the video. Quit filming.
This is not helping us sell robots. Yeah, that's a good reminder that AI is coming, guys, and you should be worried about AI because.
So that makes me think. Did you see that video of I don't know where it was. It was at some event where this AI robot was its job was to go over and grab a little tray and turn around and go and put it. And after like 15 minutes of the exact same labor, the manual labor, they say that the AI shut down because it didn't want to do the same thing over and over again. I don't know. That's just what the thing said. I didn't get into it. It might have been something else, but
I saw the other day I was looking for something, some video or graphics or something, and I was probably doing some story about AI, and I was getting ready for this stuff, and I stumbled across a couple of videos of like I think you know what it was. I was sending a tweet because Elon Musk was like, I've been warning you guys about AI or whatever for a while. And I sent a tweet. I was like, Elon, you are not going to convince anybody that AI is dangerous until you put AI in a robot dog with a machine gun on top. You're not going to get anybody's attention until that happens. So I was looking for like a robot dog, and I ran across some videos of like people like messing with robots, and there was like a robot that was like a robot that looked like it was like aiming a gun down range. And then out of left frame, this dude comes up with a battering ram and just shoves that thing and knocks the robot over, and it falls down. And I was like, yeah, we can beat these robots. We just got to knock them over.
Yeah, that's what's going to beat them, knocking them over.
Carol,
Why didn't we just knock over the
sweetie?
Terminator?
Yeah, just push him down.
We could have just pushed him down.
Or, just throw like oil and sand on it, and then all its geared joints just get like grind up and it jammed up.
True.
We can beat these
That's
things.
True.
All right. I was on. Oh, okay. So this is probably the most. Come here, sweet pea. She just hit her head.
Oh, no.
Come here. Yeah. What is it? Deacon's asking you what's up. He wants to talk to you. You don't want to talk. Okay. Well, it seems like you want to talk. Yeah? Yeah, we are. All right, so Fox News has reached a settlement with Dominion, Deacon.
I keep hearing this story, and I'm sorry. You can't change my mind. You're not going to change my mind on this. I don't care how they get Fox to pay them this money. I don't care.
I mean,
this has happened through, you know how lawyers are. I'm sorry. You can't change my mind that there was some hinkiness going on with the fucking election. You're not going to change my mind about that.
So let's just assume that Fox News has decided like this is too much trouble and we'll do the settlement, which is what this says. And I cannot imagine that Fox News has such shitty lawyers that, I'm sorry, kid, I shouldn't have said that, has such bad lawyers that they didn't put into the settlement agreement, hey, neither side can disclose the amount of the settlement, right? I can't believe that they would do that. And Fox News was not going out there like, hey, we just want to let you know we're paying them $787 million.
And they wanted $1 billion. So, they wanted over $1 billion.
They wanted $1.6 billion.
See, to me, that shows obviously that fucking Dominion is a bunch of fucking bullshit. And I thought that Dominion was owned in part by Paul Pelosi.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's convenient. I don't know about that. Fox News has agreed to pay Dominion Voting Systems $787 million in a settlement to avoid a trial in the $1.6 billion defamation case in the electric voting company brought against the cable news company. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they did this. I mean, other than, what's the difference between 787 and 1.6 billion? You might have got a jury that was like, yeah, we don't trust Dominion Voting Systems. And you might have lost nothing. So I don't know why. And I don't understand why they agreed to let Dominion Voting Systems announce that they had a settlement for $787 billion. It's kind of weird. So I guess back in 2020, the whole deal was there was a lot of states that used Dominion voting systems, and a lot of the. Okay, hang on just a second. Get off the floor. You're laying on the floor, and that's a dog. Okay, so yeah, the dog's in your face. Get up. I would feel bad for you, but you're laying on the floor. Come here. Come here. Not you. You're the dog. Go away. Oh, my gosh. All right. So Fox News has argued that Trump and his attorneys' claims were newsworthy and protected by the First Amendment's right of freedom of speech. The claims that Dominion voting systems were rigged, can be hacked, can be abused, can be manipulated, all of which seems like very likely. You can't explain to me that you cannot make the argument that their systems are impenetrable. Finally. Oh yes. Where do
It's
you
funny that all of these Reuters
It's
is
at
the
the gym.
one that comes up.
Can she have breakfast with us?
Okay.
It's
Go ahead.
funny that Reuters is the
Is
big one
Mom
that's
gonna have
coming up
breakfast
about
with
Paul
us?
Pelosi does not own Dominion and Myanmar did not use Dominion voting machines. It's funny how this shit's coming up now, but a year ago it was all over the place. The big story with the Myanmar election right after ours was Myanmar had an election down there as well, and their voting was screwed up to the point that the military came in and took over their government at one point in order to make sure that the voting was fair. And guess what voting machines they were using there in Myanmar? Dominion. And now the only story to come up is from AP and Reuters. Isn't that odd? AP and Reuters. Those are the only ones that are coming up with the story now. You can't find it anywhere else.
So I don't have any millions of dollars. So Dominion, you can just
It's all
get
false
over
claim. USA Today, false claim, factcheck.org. You know,
it.
I know
Factcheck.org.
what the hell. Like I'm going to believe a
So
factcheck.org.
So here's an important fact in my mind, right? Because there's all of this like concern, like, oh, Dominion voting systems. Do they make machines that you can trust? Do we have any oversight of that? Do we,
You can absolutely
Texas?
hack a computer. I'm sorry, JJ,
Sure.
but you should know you have to tell a computer what to do. You can hack that.
Yeah.
Well, you can hack a
Yeah.
voting machine. I'm sorry. You
Oh, but it
can't.
doesn't have a USB port, except they do have USB ports. And the only thing you actually need to do is convince somebody that's working at the in the election system, hey, plug this in your system, or hey, give me a key, or hey, let me access the thing. You can manipulate people, you can manipulate machines. You can't tell me that
Watch 2,000
they're
Mules. I'm telling you, you
yeah.
haven't watched it
Uh,
yet. Watch 2,000
this is
Mules.
this is a story from way back in 2020 during the kind of right immediately following the election in 2020. The Texan and many others, but the Texan here has this one. Texas rejected the use of Dominion voting system software due to efficiency issues. So if you go to the Texas Secretary of State site, they keep records of the certification process and everything they do to go through. And they found that the Dominion voting systems were not adequate for.
Now I got a question.
They
JJ.
weren't.
I got a question.
Yeah.
That kind of ends on that.
Yeah.
What was the states that had the big problems with voting? Arizona and what was the other one?
You had, I think Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania was a big one
So
because they were
what
just like,
machines
they
did
changed
they
the
use
law.
in Arizona and Pennsylvania
I
since
don't know.
Texas
Yeah.
said we don't want to use Dominion because we don't trust them? What machines were used in Arizona and Pennsylvania? I'll tell you, I know what machines
Yeah.
were used in Arizona and Pennsylvania. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
They were Dominion. They were
So
Dominion machines.
why did Fox News, a media organization protected by the First Amendment, with every legitimate interest in the world to doubt the word of a public company, why did they settle for $787 million over a story of legitimate public concerns?
Because the government would probably shut them, probably took Rupert Murdoch's balls and held them to the fire. Does he still own Fox?
I don't know. I don't even watch Fox.
There was probably pressure put on them to a point that we don't understand.
Oh,
to a level that we wouldn't think, that the rational person.
I bet Brian knows.
Yeah, Brian might know,
Brian
actually, yeah. I don't know. You would think that that's why. I'm sorry, but you're not going to change my mind that the election.
So things don't just go to settlement, Brian. Like both parties agreed to a settlement. Like settlements don't just happen. It's either it goes to court or it goes to trial, or the two people sit at a table and be like, "This is going to be more expensive than if we do a settlement." But depending on where they file the suit, you may get like a complete flush against Fox News because there's so many like people that hate Fox News. but
I don't even
there's
like
also a
Fox
chance for you to.
News. Screw
Right.
Fox News. Were they probably lying? I don't care. If they were lying, fuck
Right.
yeah, let them get fined. What I'm saying is I don't care if it was CNN, Fox, MSNBC. I don't care what the letters are. You're not
Yeah.
going to convince me that the election was not stolen, that those machines weren't screwed with, that other
Or that
things
they were.
happened, that people screwed with the mail, that people did this, that people did this. There
Yeah.
were so many things that went on. The election was stolen. I believe that. You can't change my mind. I'm sorry. You're not going to change my mind about it.
Well, I would say definitely rigged. Like, because one side is more clever about using the system or tweaking the system to win, and the other side barely even pays attention.
Exactly.
The Republicans are not out there like, vote Republican, vote Republican. They're like, oh, it's time to vote. Okay, I'll go vote.
Well,
they're not out there like doing their jobs. And, whatever.
I got another story for you, JJ.
Please have another one. I don't care about Fox News.
Yeah. All right. Look,
Although I would take some of that money if they were like, hey, JJ, we're going to settle with you.
look, JJ.
Okay.
Up in the sky. It's a bird.
Huh?
It's a plane.
Oh my God.
It's a 600-pound satellite hurtling towards Earth, and it might hit you on the fucking head.
Oh shit.
It's set to make its landing today. This story was posted yesterday, April 18th at 3:48 p.m. And it's set to make its crash landing today. NASA reported on Monday.
Like the 19th, where's it going to land? Look, most of the Earth is ocean, right? So it's probably
most of the Earth is ocean. People forget that most of the Earth is ocean. But NASA reported on Monday that the retired blah, 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 high energy solar spectroscopic blah, blah, blah will enter the Earth's atmosphere Wednesday after over 2 decades in orbit. While most of the satellite is expected to burn up during its descent, some parts have a chance of surviving the fiery return. The risk of harm coming to anyone on Earth is low, approximately 1 in 2,467. Is that like 1 in 2,467 people? Because those aren't low goddamn odds. There's 8 billion people on the fucking planet.
Harm coming to anyone on Earth is only 1 in 2,500. What are you talking about? That is not good odds.
Those aren't good odds. When there's 8 billion people on the planet, 1 in 2,500 is holy shit. I could get hit by a satellite today.
What are the odds of winning the lottery? Because I've seen people win the lottery.
Yeah, exactly. I think the odds of winning the lottery are greater. Anyway, it's talking about it's 660 pounds. It's relatively lightweight satellite compared to the others it's launched in January. It announced announced a 38-year-old satellite weighing 5,600 pounds would be returning to Earth.
What, 5,600 pounds?
Yeah, traveling at an incredibly high velocity.
20 tons.
The danger of space junk is reserved mostly for spacecraft in orbit, as there have been no confirmed injuries or deaths as a result of free-falling space debris. According to NASA, the longer it will take to tumble back to Earth. It takes several years for debris to return at altitudes of 373 miles or less, but centuries for orbital decay to occur. That's about 500 miles. At 621 miles, orbital debris normally continues circling Earth for almost 1,000 years or more. It doesn't. Geez, gosh, New York Post is almost going to show me some boobies.
I mean, yeah,
New York Post,
I was like, put boobs on there all over the place.
I hadn't looked at anything. I don't know why it's coming up.
I don't know.
It doesn't say anywhere where it's supposed to hit. That's what I was looking for. Where it's like
that's not good.
Utah. It doesn't say anywhere.
We have refrigerator shooting technology now that we can hit asteroids. I don't see why we can't shoot a refrigerator at this thing and like knock it away.
Can we shoot?
Come on, NASA. Let's spend like a couple $1 billion and shoot a refrigerator at it and push it back into space.
Oh, I thought we were going to see something cool in that video. We didn't. All right.
No.
So there you go. You might get hit by a satellite. If you get hit by a satellite,
I've got to
sue somebody.
I think if you get hit by a satellite, you got a real big problem. I don't know if suing anybody's gonna work. I got a story to drop on you.
Okay,
too.
I've got another one too.
Okay, Check this out. A man falls from the 19th floor, stands up, and sings all the way to the hospital.
I read this story or this headline when you posted it. And I was like, oh, I can't wait for JJ to tell me about this one. Tell me what the hell is going on with this one, dude.
I think there's a video, so we may watch the video. There's a man in Russia who's
Oh, of
lucky
course
to
it's
be
a
alive.
Russian. It was either going to be a guy in Florida or a Russian guy.
Okay, before you read it, hold on. Before you read it, anything else? Guess about the state of this Russian.
Oh, he's
Just guess.
drunker than hell.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Drunker than Cootie Brown is what we say here. He's drunker than Cootie Brown.
It might have been the vodka that kept him going, but who knows? After this horrific fall, he gets up and he pretty much unfazed, I guess, and then sang as he walked to the hospital, and it's on camera. Rum Raiders reported that a drunk man had a little too much and he plummeted hundreds of feet. I mean, like literally 19 stories. That's got to be like at least 200 feet, right?
That's a long damn way. I can't believe he's alive.
It's insane. After landing on a car with his body, the man proceeded to stand up and start singing. It happened in whatever. It happened in Russia. The 40-year-old man known as Arthur fell from the building. He was standing on the balcony, lost balance, and it wasn't even his own balcony. He was on somebody else. He was on somebody else's balcony. Here we go. Let's watch this video. It's 46 seconds. The volume's down pretty low. But it's USA music, so we'll turn it off altogether. Oh wow! Do you see that? Hold on.
Do it again. I missed it.
It's fast. You see a little pop up at the bottom here. Boop.
Oh,
I mean, it happens so fast that it's like a little black comet. And look,
I can't believe he doesn't have a broken bone or
look at this guy.
a broken
This guy.
back. But I guess
Let's see if
they
he's-
say when you're drunk and your body just goes, "Bleh," and that's why when drunk drivers hit people head on, you're like, how come the drunk driver always lives and the other people? It's because they say that's why. It's because the driver's body just, bleh, you know?
Yeah, it's because you're all limber and loose. Like you would be like, "Oh my god, I'm falling," and all your muscles would tense up, and then it's like an egg hitting the ground, like your hard, rigid body.
Yeah.
No, but drunk, he's just like, flop.
Freaking, yeah, like Gumby.
It's unreal. I don't think that guy standing on top was the Russian. I think that was like an investigator after the fact. But so all we saw was just a little bloop. I don't know.
What song did he sing when he got up and walked away? Because that might be the key to this whole thing. So what song?
At the hospital
I got another story, but I got to talk here real quick. So keep talking.
At the hospital, medical professionals determined that Arthur had a concussion and a compressed fracture of the spine. He may have to prove the fall was an accident in order to evade. Oh my God. He may have to prove that the fall was an accident in order to avoid paying for damage to the car. Oh my God. That is amazing. Oh my God. He should get sued. Okay. I don't know how much we can trust either the Washington Engager or Rum Raiders on this story, but either way, it's flipping hilarious. Okay, guys, let's just check the chit chat. Well, still got 23 people watching. Thanks, guys. We love you. If you think Dominion voting systems is bad, wait until you find out about Eric and its problems. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Eric. I know there's like 5 or 6 like voting system companies, and I know that all of the code is proprietary in all of these things. I messed that word up. Deacon, you were on that mic. You didn't hear. This Russian dude's going to have to prove that it was an accident, so he doesn't have to pay for the damage to the car. All right. What do you got?
America would be like, look, sir.
I hope you're okay. And also,
bones are luxury items. We're not paying for this fall. Teeth. Did you know that in teeth are luxury items in America?
Are they really?
They're called luxury bones. Teeth are called luxury bones. And for insurance.
Luxury bones?
Yeah. Hey, how do you feel about Rosie O'Donnell? Do you like Rosie?
No. Nobody likes Rosie. Nobody likes Rosie.
What if I told you she hates the bitches on The View? Now, do you like Rosie O'Donnell?
Just because she can have a good opinion doesn't mean I like her.
Okay. All right. Rosie O'Donnell was on Brooke Shields' podcast yesterday. And comedian Rosie O'Donnell said that she would never do The View again. She says, I know this. It's not the best use of my talent to get in a show where I have to argue and defend basic principles of humanity and kindness, she said in an interview. It was not something I'd ever do again.
Well, hold on. Consider the framing there. I would never do the video again where I have to defend being kind to people. Fuck them. I don't want to have a conversation with these
That's
people.
why I like her kind of. I've always kind of just liked her attitude, I guess. You know?
Look at this face.
She's not my
She looks
favorite
like
person in the world, but yeah.
She looks a little bit like Kim Jong-il or whatever.
Yeah,
Scroll down.
You're right. Those glasses do not.
The one right there, that one right there. She looks like she's about to order some rocket parade down the street
over my fucking history papers.
Look at the vein. Look at the vein in her neck. She's upset. She's literally like angry about whatever she's saying.
Okay, so Brooke Shields has got this. She's got this podcast. I don't listen to this crap, but
what is up with all of these celebrities doing podcasts and trying to encroach on our territory?
It's easy. Yeah, it's easy for them to do. But Brooke Shields, man, she's got this documentary, I think, that's came out or is fixing to come out or something that looks very interesting, because I always thought this and never really looked into it, but I always thought as a kid that I thought that it was weird that they sexualized her at such a young age, you know? And to me, that was always just kind of it was just kind of an odd thing, you know? Because
I thought she was wasn't she like a bikini model or something like that?
She was like 13. She was in that movie, The Blue Lagoon, where she was almost naked at 13 years old or something like that.
Oh, that was her? I thought that was Mia Jovovich.
No,
was Mia Jovovich in the second one?
I don't know if she might have been the second. I don't know. But that Blue Lagoon was made like in the early 80s or the late 70s.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember that.
But yeah, I mean, so this new documentary is talking about Brooke Shields and about all that shit that she had to go through. And now, you know, how it's, you know, it's part of me is like, I would like to watch that because it's, you know, what did she go through? But part of me is like, I don't want to know what she went through because it's probably really fucking disturbing. You know, I don't want to know you know? So I just saw that. I saw that story. I thought, oh, that's funny. Rosie O'Donnell crashing The View. JJ.
It was a good movie though. I mean, it was kind of weird because
it was a weird movie, wasn't it? I hadn't seen it in years.
It's not. I mean, it's the conceit is this ship goes down and these two kids are like the only two to survive, and then basically they're kids, and then they grow up on the island, just them trying to survive, and then eventually they have a kid because that's what normal humans do. Whenever you go through puberty, adolescence, and then you find a mate, and then you have kids and you establish a life, you don't tuck your shit or cut it off or take human growth hormone replacements. Anyway, Blue Lagoon. It's an interesting movie. I think the sequel, there's a Blue Lagoon 2. And I think Mia Jovovich was in that one.
I'm not interested. I don't care. You don't have to look it up. No, I don't care.
Yeah. Return to Blue Lagoon. Are you sure you're not interested in this?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not a pedophile. I am. I did.
Whoa.
I talked to a buddy of mine yesterday who came to the radio station and was like, "Did you watch the latest episode of Mandalorian?" And I'm like, "No, I need to watch that." And he's like, "Oh, it's good." Blah blah blah. Nah. So I'm thinking about watching the Mando.
Oh, okay.
So I think the last episode aired, so I'm thinking about airing it. So we may talk about it. There you go.
Let me know if I have to watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
Be conversant or whatever.
All right. So this is the part in the show where I remind JJ to get a dad joke, and I remind you to join our FUNSLINGERS server because we have people joining all the time, and they'll join. You join, and sometimes you won't talk, and we'll wave to you and send the little thing where he does a little spin and he waves and whatnot and says hi. But say hi or come in and just say something to us. We might not immediately answer you because we're old and gray and busy, and sometimes I forget to check Discord.
No, we will definitely
we
talk
will
to you,
talk to you.
especially
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
like,
We might not
Yeah.
immediately talk to you. So there you
Right.
go. All right, JJ, you know what Murphy's Law is, right?
yeah, if something's going to go wrong, it will.
Absolutely. Do you know what Cole's Law is?
Please, what's Cole's Law?
It's lettuce and mayo, thinly sliced lettuce and mayo, JJ.
Nice.
I do like Cunningham's
you-
Law. You know what Cunningham? This is not the part of the joke.
I do not.
Do you not know what Cunningham's Law is? This is
I
a
don't know
new
what
one.
Cunningham's
Cunningham's Law is if you want to know the correct answer to something, you post the incorrect answer on the internet. And you will get the correct answer very quickly. That's Cunningham's Law. As you post the incorrect answer on the internet, and you'll get the correct answer.
All right.
You're looking for.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Deacon, do you know the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
One will see you later. One will see you after a while.
You son of a B! Why are you stealing my lines,
Two
dude?
for two this week. Yeah.
I hate you. I hate you.
Mwah.
Dislike.
Mwah.
Downvote.
Mwah.
Downvote. Suck. Bye, everybody.